Hello everyone, and welcome to my second Let's Play. Let's play Assassin's Creed. Some of you might be wondering, but what about Rome Total War? Aren't you going to be doing that one? And such things. Well, I'm going to explain that in a minute, but for now I will shut up and let you watch this cutscene. So see you in a second. And if you didn't know what the title of the game was, even after I told you, then you do now. Create new profile, I guess. And Dark Phoenix Ninja 92 will be my profile name. To complement my YouTube username. Now, do excuse the random gibberish while I sort out my graphical settings. Everything's good there. Now if you'll excuse me. I'll have to take a look at the controls. I do apologize, but even though I played through a little bit of this just a few weeks back on the PC, I'm still getting used to the controls. So you'll have to excuse me, and I apologize for the silence there, but I was just looking over the controls, and there's not really a whole lot to say about that. In any case, before we get started, there's a few things I want to make clear. First off, this Let's Play is in no way blind. I've played it before, one time exactly, though that was about 2 years ago, and I played it on the Xbox 360. I did spend some time messing around in the intro and first couple of scenes, and I played about an hour of this on the PC a few weeks ago to get used to the controls, but I'm still not 100% used to them, so any blunder involving the controls is to be expected. As well as rambling about things. I do a lot of rambling. It's normal. Sorry, had to take a drink there. In any case, I suggest that you expect rambling and come to embrace it. I will be doing a lot of that in this and my Rome Total War Let's Play. Though I will be focusing on Rome Total War, I'm starting this because I absolutely love stealth games, specifically assassination games. And this series is one of my favorites. But I'll get into that later on. In any case, please do not tell me to do things a certain way. That tends to annoy me. And you do not want me annoyed. Trust me, it's better this way. Now, with that out of the way, let's start a new game. Wonderful. Random scenes of absolute nothingness or visual gibberish. Take your pick. And a white screen. Never knew what that was. And the faceless people.
And to know madness and folly. I perceive that this also was a chasing after me.
Faceless people. Ugh, hang on a sec. I need to change a little something with the controls. Feet. Space bar. Let me see. High profile tab. It makes more sense to me that way.
We've got a problem.
Oh, the Funky Land.
Too much psychological trauma. He's rejecting this.
What the?
Retreating.
Things are getting a little funky here.
Let me try and stabilize him.
Come on, lady. Get me something that makes more sense.
Recognize that what you're seeing isn't real. Just a picture of the past. It can't hurt you.
Damn it. It's not working.
Give it a moment, mister. You'll adjust. The first time is never easy.
We're losing him.
That's enough, Miss Stillman.
We need to pull him out. Now.
All right, Desmond.
Okay.
We're going to try and bring
More
you out.
craziness. Does it never end? As you can see, I'm really not a fan of that first scene.
You okay?
I told you he'd be fine.
Oh, the principal jackass of
I
these
just saved
stories.
your life.
Saved my life? You kidnapped me. You strapped me into that thing.
Animus. It's an animus.
I don't even know you people. Why are you doing this to me?
You have information we need, Mr. Miles.
Information? I'm a bartender, for Christ's sakes. What do you want me to do? Teach you how to mix a martini?
We know who you are, what you are.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You.
Don't play coy with me. There isn't time. You're an assassin. And whether you realize it or not, you've got something that my employers want.
Yeah, well, your
Locked away in
employers
that
can
head of
shove it.
yours.
But I'm not an assassin. Not anymore.
Yes, your file indicated as much. Something about an escape. Most fortunate for us.
What do you want from me?
for you to do as you're told. The Animus will allow us to locate what we need. Once we have it, you'll be free to go.
I'm
not going
finding
back
that
in there.
hard to believe,
Then
dude.
we'll induce a coma and continue our work. When we're done, you'll be left to die. Truth be told, the only reason you're still conscious is because this approach saves us time.
You're insane.
Typical
So what is it,
corporate
Mr.
BS on a larger
Live or
scale.
die?
That's all this is, really.
Lie down.
Yay, press any button.
A wise decision.
Isn't that nice? Wait a sec. Did I get the controls inverted or something?
Where am I?
You're inside the Animus.
Which is...
It's a projector that renders genetic memories in 3 dimensions.
genetic memory.
Seems you'll need a bit of a tutorial.
Yes.
Very well.
That's a
We'll start
tad on the
simple.
loud side.
What is a memory?
I'll see if
Mr.
I can
Miles?
bump down the sound
It's
once
the
I'm done here.
recollection of a past event.
Specific to the individual remembering the event.
Yeah, sure.
What if I told you that the human body not only housed an individual's memory, but the memories of his ancestors as well? Genetic memory.
So
if
my
you will.
kids are gonna
Migration,
remember this?
hibernation, reproduction. How do animals
You
know
really
when
are
and
an
where to
idiot,
go?
sir.
What to do?
My
just animal
descendants are gonna come
Now you're
here and
arguing
get revenge on
semantics,
you
Mr.
for
Miles.
kidnapping me.
Whatever you call it, the fact remains. These creatures hold knowledge absent the requisite first-hand experience. I've spent the past 30 years trying to understand why. I discovered something most fascinating. Our DNA functions as an archive. It contains not only genetic instructions passed down from previous generations, but memories as well. The memories of our ancestors.
Sorry, science
And the
isn't
Animus
really
lets you
my
decode and
thing,
read these DNA files.
dude. Can we
Precisely.
get to the
There's
backstabbing
a problem.
already?
This is the specific memory we're trying to access. Unfortunately, when we try and open the memory, your mind withdraws. You lack the confidence to step into your ancestor's body. That's what happened earlier. You got knocked out of the target memory and pushed back to a more stable state.
Why?
It's your subconscious. It's resisting. We found similar reactions among patients who
Yeah,
undergo hypnosis
this is
to
all
relive traumatic
very
events. They
fascinating
can't
to
jump
you,
directly
I'm
into a
sure.
specific memory. They need to be
But
eased in.
science really
Even then,
isn't
there
my
can be problems.
thing. I want to get to the
So how do we fix
backstabbing
it?
already.
We find a memory you can synchronize with, and we move forward from there.
Honestly,
You'll get used to it.
in
This
my
is the
opinion,
closest we can get. So it's where we'll have to start.
The real world
I'm
story
uploading the tutorial
in this
program now.
game is probably the weakest part of it. The story you get when you're outside of the Animus, I have practically no interest in. So I would expect my
Warning.
commentary to
Data
be a
stream
lot more
unstable.
sparse
Attempting
during
to
those
restore
periods.
synchronization.
Good. I'm
Hello, Subject
in control
17.
of the
This
assassin
tutorial has
character
been
now.
prepared in order to better acclimate
Thank
you to
God.
the Animus's control system.
He has an actual
Instructions
interesting
will follow
story.
shortly.
Granted, he's a bit of a
The
prick most
synchronization
of,
bar represents how in sync you are
for
with
most
your
of the
ancestors'
game, but
memories.
still,
If you ever fall
he has an
completely out of
interesting
sync, the
story.
Animus will restore you to your last
Not like
synchronized
the bit
position.
outside of the
You are
Animus,
currently
which is pretty
dangerously close to
snoozeworthy in this game,
desynchronization.
honestly.
Please follow all forthcoming instructions in order to restore system stability.
The future games pick up a bit on that,
The Animus
thankfully,
utilizes a puppeteering concept
which
to
I
control
am
the actions
quite
of your
grateful
ancestor.
for.
I'm loading subroutines to validate your body's adaptation to the Animus. We will begin by exploring the default actions of each input.
Good. Now, if you'll excuse me, I've got to adjust the sound. I don't know what SFX volume is.
While standing still, use the head button to
Yes,
observe your
much
environment.
better. This tutorial is not the most interesting, As I said, I've played this game before a couple of times. I've only finished it
To walk
once, but
through
I've
these jar
played it a few
carriers
times.
without causing them to drop what they're holding.
So this
Proceed to the marker
tutorial
to continue this
is going to be
synchronization
dull
process.
to me, and I am not going to have a lot to say. I apologize in advance for that. But boring things tend to lead to
Well
extremely sparse commentary. I hope this
The
isn't too
animus
much of a problem,
differentiates
but that's
between two
just the way it
fundamental
is.
actions: low profile and high profile. Low profile actions are socially
Boring.
acceptable. High profile actions are more action
I know this
oriented.
already, game.
Hold the high profile
Seriously,
button to
why
see
did
how your heads-up
Ubisoft
display
not put in
changes
an
the
option to
context of the
skip the
puppeteering
tutorial?
inputs. Excellent.
Yes.
We will continue your
This
synchronization
is
process by
boring.
testing some high-profile actions. Grab and throw this individual onto the marker by using the empty hand button in high profile. Good.
Yes, yes. Let's do something a bit more
Using
interesting,
your leg
please.
button in high profile will allow you to sprint. Sprinting is useful to escape from soldiers or to get closer to a fleeing target. However, be careful not to bump into anyone, for you can lose your balance and tumble to the ground. While sprinting, reach the marker before this man does.
Running
Well
towards a
done.
marker. It's a bit more interesting in tutorial, but you've got a
The
long
animals will
way
also
to
provide
go.
Other important information. The social status icon gives you information on your social status. The different states
Shut
will
up
be
and let
explained
me
in
kill
context
something.
soon. This icon appears when a soldier is looking at you. The yellow color means the soldier is
Okay.
either unaware or suspicious of who you are.
Again, I do
To
apologize
illustrate
for the
change in
sparse
awareness
and
level,
boring
you will
commentary.
stealth assassinate this soldier. First, lock onto your target.
But this tutorial has got to be one of the dullest
Select
parts
your
of
hidden
this
blade.
game. I know it teaches you the controls,
With your
so I'm
blade
glad they
selected,
have it.
Walk up to the
But
soldier
it is
and assassinate him by using your armed hand button.
It is incredibly uninteresting. And I wish there was a way to skip it.
What happened here?
Thankfully, future two games have fixed that. That's something of a
The dead
trend.
body has alerted the soldier and changed his awareness to informed, as represented by the red witness indicator. Aggressive actions or socially unacceptable behavior undertaken at this time will likely provoke an armed response. Provoke this soldier.
Wonderful.
Assassin!
Notice how the social status icon has changed to exposed. Use the ladder and try to break the line of sight.
Altair!
Excellent.
You got hot?
Excellent. The line of sight has been broken.
Stop stealing my
Now
lines,
run into the
tutorial
garden
lady.
To hide from the soldier. Good.
Yeah,
Your social status indicates that you are hidden, but the soldier is still looking for you.
stealth games like
Wait
this
until
are
your
my
social status
favorite.
changes again.
But the AI in this game is so retarded sometimes, it's not even funny. You can wait like 3 seconds
Well done.
of being
The
hidden
soldier
and
has
they'll
lost your
stop
track.
looking.
You are now anonymous, and you can exit the hide spot.
As I said before, when this game is like this, in the beginning
Being
stages,
anonymous
it's a
will fill
bit
your
dull.
synchronization bar and make your job as
And I
an
won't have a
assassin
massive
easier.
number of things to say.
There are different places which you can use to hide. However,
But that
you
picks
must
up
always
after a
break
bit.
the line of sight first, and then use a hide spot to vanish.
And this is one of my favorite games. I love the Assassin's Creed series. though I could have done with a more interesting tutorial. Or better yet, a skippable one. I know I'm repeating myself, but it's true.
Of blend. Blend can be activated with the passive use of your legs. You can mimic a scholar and pass near soldiers without arousing suspicion. Use this to reach the marker behind the soldiers.
Thank you. I've done this tutorial about 4 or 5 times, and the time since I started playing this game, and I never stopped despising it.
A new ability is available to you. Referred to as Eagle Vision, this sixth sense helped your ancestor understand the intentions of people around him. Well done.
Can you please load it up now?
Remember, Eagle Vision will only be available once you are fully synced.
Excuse me, people.
Please note that
I
following
apologize for the
Assassin's Creed,
boring
your
commentary
ancestors'
again,
way of
but
life will assist you with staying in
as I've
sync.
said a few times
Creed consists
before,
of 3
I
tenets.
really do not
First,
like
Never hurt an
this
innocent person.
tutorial.
Second, always be discreet. Third, do not compromise the clan. Should you lose
Remember that
sync, you can
code.
restore synchronization
It's
by
going to be
reliving key moments of your
important
ancestor's
to
life, or by
understanding
respecting the creed.
the first few scenes in this game.
You have successfully completed the tutorial. The most stable memory
You may
block will now be
find-
loaded.
You're going to find Altair's behavior. Oops, sorry, I spoiled something. That's the name. You're going to find Altair, the main character in this game. Its behavior at the beginning,
Wait,
rather interesting.
There must be another way.
I'll shut up
This one
now
need not
anyways. Innocent, just so you know. Yeah, now you know what I mean.
Fortune favors your blade.
He's already
Fortune,
broken
skill.
one of
Watch a
their
while longer and you might learn something.
Indeed. He'll
creeds.
teach you how to disregard everything the Masters taught us.
Yeah,
And how
I
would
agree
you
with
have done
him.
I would not have drawn attention to us. I would not have taken the life of an innocent. What I would have done is follow the creed.
Nothing is true. Everything is permitted. Understand these words. It matters not how we complete our task, only that it's done.
But this is not the way of...
My way is better.
I will scout ahead. Try not to dishonor us further.
Yeah,
What is
actually
our
I'm
mission?
agreeing with him.
My brother would say nothing to me. Only that I should be honored to have been invited.
The Master believes the Templars have found something beneath the Temple Mount.
Treasure?
I do not know. All that matters is the Master considers it important. Else he would not have asked me to retrieve it.
Yeah, well aren't you a self-important little ass? Aren't you a self-important little shit, Altair? I do not like Hank's the main character in this game for the most part. He's an interesting person to be sure, but he is not at all likable. And here we have the main theme in the game. Assassination. Sneaking up behind someone and backstabbing them. That will be the main method for dispatching enemies that don't see you.
Ark of the Covenant?
Don't be silly. There's no such thing. It's just a story.
Then what is it?
Quiet.
Yeah,
Someone's coming.
you're going to notice a lot of religious references in this game. See the Templars? That's something of a theme.
Robert de Sable. His
I
life
normally
is
don't
mine.
comment on this sort of thing,
No.
but
We were asked to retrieve
I
treasure
have
and
to
deal with
say
Robert only if
they did an
necessary.
excellent
He stands
job
between
of
us and it.
blending
I'd say it's necessary.
religion and
Discretion, Altair.
history
You
with
mean
their own
coward.
story.
That man is our
It's
greatest
an
enemy.
excellent
And here we have a
idea.
chance to be rid of him.
Sorry.
You have already broken 2 tenets of our creed. Now you would break the 3rd. Do
Indeed.
not compromise the Brotherhood.
I am your superior, in both title and ability. You should know better than to question
You're
me.
also his superior in arrogance and lack of common sense, it seems. by this point, you should have a good idea of my opinion of this man here. He is not someone I like. Not now,
Old
not
Templars,
later.
You are not the only
not
ones with
ever.
business here.
Well,
Are you
this
sure
explains
you're
why
an
this
assassin, Altair?
And what is it you
I have to say this. He is a complete imbecile.